Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
One of the guys from ABBA decided that he was going to write a musical using AI.
Why?
And he said it was so wonderful. It was like having a writing partner that came up with all these ideas that he'd never thought of before.
Or stole them from other sources online.
Correct. That's called theft, dude. That's called theft. And what's that shit that they fucking get you for all the time in class?
Plagiarism.
Yeah, thank you. So really, ABBA, it's not a miraculous thing you're doing. You're just showing once again that ABBA has no talent. Just throwing that out there.
Maybe it's the only way they thought they could remain relevant, even though they were never relevant to begin with.
You know, the biggest thing for me that ever happened to them was not necessarily Mamma Mia. It was Fozzy covering SOS.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
Way cooler.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can never go wrong with a Muppet cover, you know?
No, that's true. That's true. All right. Let's see here. Speaking of failures in AI, who's it? Lionsgate says they can now use AI to change R rating down to PG-13. They could make a live action film into an animated film, vice versa. They could do anything that they want now that they have AI. And you know what? They're going to try to do a bunch of different things and see what sticks and see what doesn't.
Well, Kevin, you stick at the glory hole, so you could tell us better than anybody else.
You notice how all of their fucking movies failed last year? All 100% of their movies bombed last year. That's when they started using this shit. You notice the ballerina just did okay after having the original fucking creator of John Wick come in to fucking rearrange your guts like a fucking...
No, they fixed it. They pulled it back and they spent time to actually make it better and make it work. It's no different than a video game. It's no different than a book. Oh, this is supposed to come out in 2 weeks. No. Let's pull this back. Let's fix it and make it work. Let's not rush this shit out and fuck everything up like they did with the Crow remake. This was Keanu and the original creator and director and writer of the first John Wick. Both of them saying, we need to fix this. And
yeah.
From what I hear, they fixed it, and the movie's actually really good and a lot of fun. So, you want to wait a year and put it out a year later? This is supposed to come out last freaking May.
Yeah.
A year ago. And they put it out.
It would have been another statistic.
And it's going to do very well. I mean, it's not going to, it's a Wick spinoff. How well is it really going to do? We'll see. But it's not doing that bad. It's doing fine.
They're estimating 25 to 30 million for its opening weekend, and that's not bad for one of these movies.
Exactly. Now, if it was John Wick 5, I'd be like, wow, that kind of sucks for an opening weekend.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed with it. The only thing I'm commenting about is that it was so bad that, yes, they pushed it back a year. I believe that this movie was not done well and that it was saved by Keanu and the director.
Correct. They fixed a lot of things.
Their foot down and telling Lionsgate, no, this is not going out.
There you go. Bingo.
And Lionsgate
then put out the Crow remake, and then that got pushed back a couple of times too. It was supposed to come out in May, and it came out in freaking August. Nobody gave a shit.
That thing should never have seen the light of day.
No.
Skarsgård, fire your agent.
Yes.
Yeah, that one wasn't. No, I would have just passed that one. Passed it.
What's funny is that Skarsgård was shooting John Wick 4 and The Crow at the same freaking time, just about. It was like back to back in that same year. That tells you how long The Crow was sitting on a goddamn shelf. And they still couldn't figure it out.
these studios are getting fucking horrible, and
Mhm.
I really believe it's AI. It's cost cutting, like good old fashioned cost cutting, trying to cheap out your staff. But I also think they've been utilizing AI to cut out staff, cut out writers, cut out special effects artists. Like I know I got superstitious about it with She-Hulk, but that was a huge tell. Huge tell. That's what they've been doing. And it makes a lot of sense that quality is going way the fuck downhill. Stories don't make sense. Movies are being made in the weirdest fucking fashion right now. We'll see it in the story coming up. Like they're making a fucking major motion picture right now that doesn't even have a script. They're fucking doing it on the fly. It doesn't have an ending. But we'll get to that.
They're doing a movie by improv?
Yes. A multi-million-dollar movie.
Oh,
Please don't lie to me.
They have a general idea of what they want to do. They're just not fleshed out. But we'll get there.
One day.
You know, let's fast forward a year. So yes, like Jeff said, that was all last May. Let's fast forward this year. Ballerina's doing better than it would have last year. Last year it would have flopped.
Yes, it
statistic.
is.
Now they're saying the box office is up quite a bit from what it was this time last year. Well, I think that's also because Lionsgate isn't putting out a whole lot of shit this year.
Well, you can thank Minecraft for that. You can thank
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. You could thank a few movies that are actually landing with a lot of people. So it's starting to balance itself back out. We're still a ways off from this being a successful year, though.
Oh, absolutely. Because the successful movies, fucking, what do you call it? The New Avengers wasn't that successful. Like it made a lot of money, but not enough.
Right.
That's the problem. So it's like, golly, even when it does well, it's still doing poorly because they spent a redonkulous amount of money doing the wrong things.
Well, like the Mission Impossible final movie, like that's not going to hit $1 billion. It's doing all right, but it's still not going to hit what it should be hitting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they've kind of killed the box office to a large degree. For one thing, the economy's in the fucking shitter. No one could afford to go out and pay for fucking movies. No one wants to go out and fucking pay for the movie experience when everyone's got their phone out and fucking sitting and chit-chatting and stuff.
Bro, I wanted to go see Ballerina, and I'm looking at prices even for our area, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy the 4K Blu-ray because they listed it up for pre-order now. 3 months, I'm going to be watching it from the comfort of my own home, and nobody's going to fucking bother me.
Less. You'll be
and
watching.
I can have like a couple of beers, some popcorn, nachos, whatever, and nobody's going to fucking bother me.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're not going to get fleeced on the concession prices.
Exactly. Now, there's a couple movies I'm going to see this year. One of them is Superman. My wife is on board for seeing that with me as well. And Megan 2.0. And then it's nothing until the fall. So it's like, well, that's the way it's going to be because I ain't going to watch Fantastic Four, and I hate Jurassic Park movies.
I'm not going to see Jurassic Park.
No, me either.
The last one
I like Scarlett Johansson, but bro, I am not interested.
No. She didn't lead Black Widow well, and I don't see her leading this well. So
she was better in The Island.
I didn't see that. And
that's the last good Michael Bay film before Transformers.
Oh yeah. And the thing is I don't dislike her. I like her a great deal.
Oh yeah.
But like Black Widow was just not all that for letting her lead. They didn't do a good job with that. And let me step back. That was not her fault. That was the story's fault. That was So that was
the writers and Disney being petty bitches, and then they fucked her over in the contract. So, and she properly sued him and won.
Yep. Which is like,
that's Disney.
She should be doing it for the prestige.
Yeah, right.
Have you
That's
seen
when
her?
You knew like half the Marvel actors were like, you know what, screw this shit, we're out. RDJ, Now, if you want to bring me back, you're going to pay me like $400 million to do 2 movies. Jackasses. And what's happening? That's half the budget for the Avengers Doomsday movie and Secret Wars.
Love it. Love it.
Hey, you milk that RDJ. I ain't gonna say anything bad about you. You played the system. You'll never have to work ever again. But do give us a Sherlock Holmes 3, please, with Guy Ritchie.
Just so long as he could fight Moriarty and shit, and we find out what actually happened. Yeah, like, you know, come on.
He fought Moriarty in the second one.
Yeah, but they fell off the waterfall, didn't they?
That's true.
Reichenbach Falls.
Yeah. Got to find out what happens.
I like those movies.
I do too.
Just saying.
I've been trying to get my wife to watch them with me, and she won't. Like, she doesn't like
screw her.
period.
She's got terrible
pieces.
taste. Did you all like this video? If you did, hey, do us a solid. Hit the like button on the way on out. Share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can stay tuned to all of our video content down below. This is a clip from our live streams every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern, called Deadwire Live. We have a lot of other good stuff on our channel, so please come on over, check us out, and we'll see you around.